I was finishing up when I felt wind and heard footsteps of someone running as fast as they could. I was freaking out. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name's Kim. It's so nice to meet you. I hope that you are able to join our family, the Kisses family here on YouTube. If you're able to, please hit that little subscribe button below and the bell so you know when my videos upload. Today I have a very exciting video for you guys. It's about a very disturbing ghost experience from a subscriber who I absolutely love here on YouTube. His name is Rob and he goes by Everything Star Wars, and he sent me this story and it's really interesting. So I did go ahead and write it down because, like I said, our printer is out of ink. So I really wanted to share it with you guys, and it is a day before Halloween, so I thought this would be the perfect time to get it up here, and let's get into it. So this is an actual real ghost experience from a subscriber. So he said, 10 years ago, I worked at what is called the Brooklyn Army Terminal in New York. I used to go there because the guys who worked there were very nice. No one else wanted to go. It was a very physical job, lots of heavy lifting boxes full of files. It was a huge warehouse. One afternoon, I was finishing up when I felt wind and heard footsteps of someone running as fast as they could. I screamed, "Hello!" No response. I came out of the long row I was in and saw no one. Whatever. Went back to filing, and it happened again. Again, no one. I was freaking out. I went back to the office and asked if anyone was with me and running. Everyone looked puzzled and said they were there the whole entire time. I told my story embarrassed, but the supervisor said, "You are not alone." Huh? He said one night he was locking up the warehouse. He shouted, "Anyone here? I'm locking up." A voice said, "I am here." He said it again and heard the voice coming from the woman's bathroom a second time. He knocked on the door and then opened it to find no one there. Another worker was alone on another floor, and as he was working, a figure was standing still, just watching. He was frozen with fear. The figure was far away and just stood there. He left the floor. I was told the Brooklyn Army Terminal was a place they brought back the dead bodies of the soldiers from World War II. Needless to say, there are spirits there. As many a worker, such as myself, heard the woman's bathroom with someone in it, and no one goes in there. So creepy. Keep up the great work on your channel. All the best, Rob, aka Everything Star Wars. That is awesome, Rob. Thank you so much for sharing that story, not only with me, but with everybody else. Thanks for giving me the permission to share that. That is such an intense story, and it's so cool because I wrote him back and I told him about my experiences at Pepperidge Farms. When I worked there, it was extremely haunted, and I had similar experiences. His, of course, were different from mine, but they were very similar in nature. So if you haven't checked out my video on that, definitely check it out. I'll link it below, or I'll write it here where you can find it in my playlist. But this story, Rob, it's so intense, and just, it pretty much confirms everything about the paranormal. So, I mean, if you're a skeptic, how can you not believe in it? I mean, sometimes it takes experiencing it yourself, but there are countless stories from people, and this is just one of those ones that just, it's so disturbing but so cool at the same time. And I wanted to ask Rob too, if the voice coming from the woman's bathroom, if it was male or female, if he knew, if the supervisor told him that. I wanted to just see if he knew if it was male or female. I was just curious about that. But I did some research, Rob, and for my subscribers on the Brooklyn Army Terminal in New York, and I believe I wrote down the name. Oh, it's by untappedcities.com, and I'll write that below here. This is where I got this information from. But it says the Brooklyn Army Terminal in New York, where Rob had his experiences, so did his supervisor, says it's a large warehouse complex in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York City. The site occupies more than 95 acres between 58th and 63rd Street, west of 2nd Avenue on Brooklyn's western shore. And it says it is a 4 million square foot complex in Sunset Park, built at the end of World War I to serve as a supply base and military depot. The site was once the largest military supply base in the United States, experiencing the most activity during World War II. Elvis Presley was famously deployed from the Brooklyn Army Terminal in 1958. I thought that was so cool. When the military left in the 1970s, the government bought the site to return it into a manufacturing and industrial complex. This information I found on Wikipedia, and this is crazy to me because it confirms everything. So on Wikipedia it says, in the aftermath of World War II, the Brooklyn Army Base received the bodies of several thousand soldiers who had died while fighting the war. That's crazy, you guys. Several thousand soldiers. That's crazy. The first boat carrying American World War II casualties back to the U.S. arrived in San Francisco in October 1947, whereupon the bodies were transported across country to Brooklyn Army Base. A ship carrying 4,212 soldiers' bodies traveled directly to the Brooklyn Army Terminal the next month. Now, this fact is disturbing. By July 1948, the base was receiving 18,500 soldiers' bodies within a span of 2 weeks. That's almost 20,000 people, minus the amount of soldiers that were shipped there beforehand. Like, it's so sad. It is so sad, but it so confirms everything that Robert experienced and his supervisor. So this is very, very sad information, but it totally confirms everything that he experienced. So I wasn't sure if he was aware of that. I know he did tell me in the email that he was aware that there were dead bodies that were shipped there from World War II, but after researching this, I can't even fathom because of the amount of soldiers that were shipped there. So I just thought this would be interesting for Rob to know, help further reassure that what he experienced was an actual experience for a reason, and that there were this many soldiers that were shipped back to that army base. So this was so intriguing. I thank you, Rob, so very much from the bottom of my heart for sharing this story and giving me permission to share it with all of you guys, because this is just such an intense story. And not only is it very sad, but it's also very intriguing to know that he had legitimacy in the things that he experienced, which I believed him anyways, but I'm just saying, like, that's crazy, guys. Like, that's crazy. There was so many bodies that were shipped there, and he wasn't the only one that experienced something. I mean, he said his supervisor did too, so that's even more reassurance that what he experienced was an actual experience. So I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you guys all have a really wonderful, fun, safe Halloween. Please be safe. Please check your candy, because there were things on the news this morning, and you know, they always say every year check your candy, but please do, especially if you have children. Please make sure to check it all first. Just please be safe and enjoy your Halloween this year. And I have some more hauls coming up, and like I've been saying, but I haven't had time to film them, but I'm hoping this week I will. I have a lot more exciting videos coming up, and I am thinking about I have basically made this type of video a series. So if any of you guys have any more paranormal, stories that you can remember, if you can email me at kimberkiss28@gmail.com, or if you can just comment them to me in the comments below, because I do have a few more stories and I do have a few things coming up that I do want to share in an upcoming video. So you may be featured in an upcoming video if you do share your ghost experiences. So I love you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because I would really love for you to join us here and just have a lot of fun. There's so much for everyone here on this channel, and I really hope you guys appreciate it and are excited about what I have to share. And I love you all so, so much. I hope you guys have a great day, have a great week, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.